Hey gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today's video is a follow-on video from my daily practice, morning practice video that I did a couple of months ago. Ironically, I've just remembered I think I was actually wearing the same jumper in that video. So it should be super easy to find based upon wearing the same jumper. Typical that I wear it the same day when I'm doing the follow-on video from a few months ago. So what I want to cover with you today is evening practices. So the importance of doing an evening ritual, an evening practice, a manifesting practice, whatever you want to call it, and what the benefits of doing that alongside your morning practices. So if you haven't watched my morning ritual, morning practice video, I will link it below, and I highly recommend checking it out first so you can do these alongside each other and see the benefits of doing both together. But if you are wanting to improve your evening ritual, your sleep hygiene, and how you show up for manifesting practices in the evening too, this is the video for you. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 2 times best-selling author, law of attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Spiritual Queen's Badass Podcast. And here on my channel, I cover all things manifestation, law of attraction, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to love this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 8 years. So why is daily practices important? I'm going to backtrack a little bit and talk about the importance of morning and evening rituals, because together they are so powerful. So essentially, in my latest book, Hurt, Healing, Healed, I researched into different studies on the effects and powers of a morning practice. Now, not just a spiritual practice, this could be stretching, walking, mindfulness, meditation, breath work. There was a whole magnitude of things that went into this study, but the Sleep Judge in 2021 did a study in America and found that people who had a morning routine, again, it didn't have to be spiritual, but had a focused, structured morning routine, on average were more likely to earn $14,000 more annually than people who didn't, and people who just kind of went into the day and didn't really do anything. So not only is there health benefits, there are so many health benefits to doing a morning ritual, i.e. it helps to relax and calm the nervous system, and it's also been proven to help with even more severe health conditions as well. All the details are in the book because I don't want to quote it wrong. But essentially, it can really help with productivity. It can help with positivity. So your mindset, and honestly, I know when I've not done my daily practice because I will just feel a bit funky, a bit like there. And if I haven't done it for a while, which never tends to not happen, but if I've left it a day or whatever, I will kind of notice that I haven't done it. So for me, it's like a non-negotiable, I have to do it. So not only does it have financial benefits, it also has productivity benefits, positivity benefits, and benefits to your overall well-being as a whole. So although that's a survey done on a morning routine, I still feel that this is so important for the evening because, as I explain to my clients, as I explain when we're setting up their daily practices for them, that the momentum that is built to, raise your vibration, to keep that consistent, happy vibration going, has to carry on to the evening. Because if you think about it, if you do your ritual in the morning and you're like, yes, this is my best day yet, I feel amazing, and then you go throughout your day and work's a bit stressful, things happen, by the end of the day, we do feel a bit like, oh my God, I'm so glad it's the evening. Like, we kind of slump into our evening a bit. Maybe not all the time, but very commonly we will feel very differently in the evening to how we felt in the morning once we've done our ritual. So this is why it's important to do it in the evening as well, because when you wake up, and again, this is what I talk about in the daily practice, like the morning ritual video, of when you wake up, sometimes you may not feel positive. Like if you're going through a particularly tough time or things are going on, or maybe you've fallen out of a routine, you can very often when you wake up start to feel a bit funky. And then you do your morning routine and obviously raise your vibes. But how do we stop you from waking up funky? How do you stop yourself from waking up feeling low, funky, or not wanting to get out of bed? Which I know I feel sometimes, and is totally okay to still feel. We're human, right? But again, setting yourself up for success with an evening routine sets your morning up for success too. So this is the importance of it, that we're not just doing it to wind down, relax, and gently go into our sleep, but actually it's also then benefiting us and having that domino effect on our morning routine for the day afterwards. So it creates this momentum, it creates this ripple effect where the morning routine, where it guides your positivity, it guides your productivity throughout the day. And then your evening routine is kind of designed to really relax you and shift you back into that grateful, happy mindset to sleep peacefully, to sleep well, and then wake up feeling good as well. So that's how I always like to explain, why we do an evening routine, why an evening routine is just as important as a morning routine. And, you're kind of setting yourself up for success for the next day. So yes, it's fantastic to wake up and set yourself up for success and plan the day out and feel amazing for the day ahead. But how can you be even more productive? How can you be even more planned for the next day and, almost plan for success even before you've woken up? So what I mean by that is you're not going to do tons of really high impact energetic stuff before bed. That is the complete opposite. We want relaxation, we want regulation, and we want grounding before bed. And there's lots of different practices that you can do. Over the years, I've heard many people do lots of things, and I want to share my practice with you as well. People have done things like subliminals, meditations, sound healing, and all of those things are great. And some of those things especially are like even better and enhanced in your sleep, for example. But I had a client come to me a few years ago and she was doing, I don't think it was subliminals, I think it was a Hertz type of healing music that you listened to when you went to bed. And she said, like, ever since she'd listened to it, she hasn't slept properly. She wakes up feeling exhausted and she's not sure that it's working. And I said, okay, you do a fantastic morning ritual, or you do loads of different practices. Let yourself sleep. Like, you've worked throughout the day, you've done your rituals, you've done enough. When we go to bed and we have very mentally stimulating things, playing in our ears, especially when we're sleeping, you have to ask yourself, is that giving your brain enough time to rest? Are you actually allowing yourself to deeply and nourishly rest? Or are you working your brain even when you're asleep? Are you putting yourself to work even when you're asleep? So that was the question I asked her, and she stopped them straight away and then slept like a baby ever since, and is so glad she stopped doing it. So it's not that those things are bad. It's not that those things are wrong. It's finding what works for you. If you thrive off those things and have no issues, then of course you can still do them if that feels good to you. But ultimately, in that instance, that girl felt pressure to do those things because she wanted to heal in her sleep. And I was like, but you're just working your subconscious, you're working your brain. That you don't need to do that. It's okay to heal while you're awake. It's okay to give yourself rest. You don't have to be constantly healing. You don't have to constantly be releasing stuff from your subconscious, because you deserve rest. You deserve time off. So I really like to look at evening routines as very grounded, very regulating, and very relaxing, because again, for me, that's my downtime. That's where I really want to just like switch off from work, switch off from the day, give myself some great self-love and self-care, and then gradually and peacefully go into sleep state. So I don't listen to anything when I go to sleep. That is my time for dreaming. That is my time for rest. And that's my time for my body and brain to rest, recuperate, and relax. So personally, for me, those things don't work as like a sleeping routine. And also you have to look at what your sleep hygiene is as well. So very often when I go through people's evening routines with them, they may not be even having a great skincare routine. And of course, skincare is not my expertise in terms of manifestation, but even just that act of like looking after your skin, preparing your skin and your body for sleep, giving it that self-love is still so important, because your skin's going to love that. There's going to be health benefits from that. So look at what you do as you kind of go into your evening / going up to bed, going to prepare to sleep. Do you have a good skincare routine? Do you have any good self-care, self-love practices in there? And then to share my ritual with you, when I get into bed, I am bad. I do look at my phone and I might just check my laptop quickly, and then it all gets put away. So then I will tend to read my book. So this is like, I love reading at nighttime. It really relaxes me. It really regulates, helps me to feel sleepy. So I will tend to, once I've done my skincare, like get into bed, check a few things, put the technology down, because I am someone who's like, it has to work for you. And I think if I had to not look at my phone or not look at my laptop, from like 8 p.m, I think I would really struggle with that because I like communicating with my boyfriend, I like communicating with my friends and stuff. So I'm not working, but obviously I am looking at my phone. So that all gets put away, and then I will read my book and I will then do my gratitude. So I have this, which I want to show you. So this isn't actually released yet. You're getting an exclusive sneak peek here, guys. So this is for the membership queen. So this is part of their queen bundle that they get when they've been in the membership for a year. There's some other goodies they get as well. So I created these for the membership queen specifically as their free bonus gift for being in the membership for a year. And then I thought, hang on a minute, I love this. Emma, you are a genius. I've used this like pretty much every day since I've got my print run through, and I'm obsessed. So I know they work, I know they're good because obviously I created it, but also I've used it as well. And that's why I want to share it with you because it's what I do in my evening routine. And also these will be launching on my website in spring. So I've decided to publicly launch them once the membership queens have got them, because I just know that everyone's going to be like, but I want that, Emma. Why is it just for the membership queens? Sell this on your shop. So I do have a whole range of journals, planners, everything on there already, and this little one will be added to the collection come spring, so I will let you know as soon as it is available. So this is my daily manifestation planner, so it's designed to be done obviously in the morning and in the evening too, but the reason why I'm showing you it in the evening is because in the morning I would have filled these boxes out, so obviously like intentions, affirmation for the day, gratitudes, what I'm manifesting for the day. Then there's some little sections and boxes down here that obviously I use to fill in how I want to feel, what I want to experience for the day. But then there's a little to-do list, priorities for the day, because that's always important to know your priorities. But at the bottom is 3 wins for the day. So once I've done my reading, once I have like kind of reflected on my day a little bit, I will fill that box in with what my wins are for the day, because gratitude is incredible, and I'm going to get to gratitude in a second. But also I think it's really important, instead of focusing on what went wrong that day, what stressed you out, what maybe didn't go your way, or what's kind of, lowered your vibration a little bit, you can then look at, well, actually, what are my wins for today? What has worked really well? What actually made me smile today? So I love filling in the rest of that in the evening just to kind of complete the page, complete the little practice. And that's a really nice thing to do. I then do my gratitude. So then I will reflect back over a very similar practice, all the things that I'm grateful for that happened throughout the day. So just in my mind or out loud, I'll repeat, thank you, universe, for a really great session earlier. Like, thank you, universe, for a great email from a publisher, whatever, whether I've gone out, thank you for a nice day today, whatever it is. So I will just go through everything and just think of like all the things that went well, all the things that like felt really good, and just give thanks for that. Now, this practice, specifically the gratitude, is so powerful because I fall asleep every time I do it. So I normally turn the lights off, like get myself comfy, and then do my gratitude practice because I always fall asleep while doing it. Now, why does this work? Why is it a great sleeping exercise as well? Because obviously it's not designed to make you go to sleep, but it does. And I've tried this with so many clients over the years, and all of them are like, oh my God, I do fall asleep as I'm doing it. You're right. Now, how this works then. So when you go throughout your day and frustrations happen, stress happens, we're human, it happens to all of us. By the end of the day, when you get to bed, if you're not doing like a structured routine or practice, you might carry that heaviness, you might carry that density, that heaviness, that maybe even negative feelings into sleep, which then impacts your sleep, but then into the next morning as well. So when you shift it and do that gratitude practice and reflect upon, just a couple of things throughout the day that felt good, you instantly shift it. You instantly shift into a state of peace, into a state of gratitude, and into a state of happiness, hopefully, because you're going to have shifted that energy into gratitude. So that instantly, no surprises, makes you sleepy because you're instantly feeling like, I'm regulated, I'm calm, all is well, thank you, universe. So it is a fantastic practice to do if you struggle with sleeping as well. Now, if you are someone who struggles to get to sleep or struggles to have a really good sleep hygiene or like evening practice, Structure does help, definitely, but it's finding the practices that work for you. So for instance, I've had people who have done EFT, which is tapping, right before bed. And I'm like, no wonder you are wired and not sleeping, because EFT moves energy through your body. It clears meridians, it clears the energetic points. So it literally is moving energy. So you can imagine if you've had stuck and stagnant energy for a while and then you're moving that, it's going to be like, whoa. So yes, if you're doing that right before you go to sleep, you can see why you would struggle to sleep after doing that. So the key here is to do relaxing and regulating practices that ground you in and relax you, not stimulate you and not stimulate your mind and your subconscious, because you will have issues sleeping then. Now, obviously, if you're someone who struggles to regulate yourself as a whole, maybe you experience anxiety, then obviously that's a whole different conversation. But ultimately, you want to make sure that you're not doing any practices that are hindering your sleep or hindering your sleep hygiene. You want to find things that promote sleep, that promote good sleep hygiene, and, promote relaxation and regulation within your mind and within your body. A lot of people like to do meditation before bed as well. I prefer meditating in the morning just because I fall asleep. And if I sit there doing a guided meditation or even guiding myself, I'm just there like, whoop, I'm falling asleep. So for me, I just simply choose not to do it because I will fall asleep, which is not a bad thing. But when I'm sat upright and I want to be asleep, I want to be asleep. So for me, I always do meditation in the morning or afternoon when I'm more awake and when I can stay vigilant and stay focused on what I'm doing. For some people, they thrive from meditating at night. If you're a bit more of a night owl, then you might have more energy in the evening to do more interactive and active practices like meditation, like subliminals or something like that. So again, it's finding what works for you. There is no one shoe fits all with this. And I want to challenge you to find little practices, little tools that fit into your evening routine, that help you to relax, that help you to ground and recharge yourself, but also bring you gradually into your sleep. So for me, reading sends me to sleep. It makes me tired because I'm switching off, I'm relaxing. So I know that that's a great thing to do before bed. Gratitude and filling in my little rest of my sheet, perfect, because it's switching me into that relaxed mindset to go to bed. So I actually don't do tons of stuff. This is not a huge lengthy practice. It probably takes me 5 to 10 minutes maximum. Well, the reading takes a bit longer, but I would say probably half an hour maximum with the reading. And again, that's my choice to read so much, right? So again, you could read for 5 minutes, you could read for 10 minutes. You don't even have to read at all if you want to try a different practice like meditation or something else to really help you sleep and ground. But going to bed at a good time is also good for the skin, it's good for the body, it's good for you, making sure you're getting enough hours sleep. So ultimately, your evening routine will help you gracefully go into your sleep and then help you to gracefully wake up feeling more inspired, more positive, and ready for the day to then do your morning practice. So by doing them side by side, by doing them together each day, again, these are not huge commitments of time. Make it work for you. Even if it's 3 minutes, make it work for you. You create this momentum, you create this ripple effect where you're going into your day feeling happy, feeling uplifted, then you do your morning routine and you're carrying that energy forward. Then in the evening, you're resetting, you're letting go of any heaviness or negativity to go into a gradual and peaceful sleep. So there are so many benefits to doing this. Try this for 21 days, do your morning routine and do your evening routine, and see what a difference it makes. It's a great form of self-care. It's a great form or a great practice, to do to cultivate positivity, to cultivate peace of mind. So if you're looking for focus, if you want to get back into things, these are the 2 things you can do to really see big shifts and quickly, even though they're just gratitude practices, even though they're just intention practices. And I have forgotten to add as well, one thing that I do, and I also suggest people to do, is set an intention for the day ahead. So if I'm still awake, which I normally am by the time I finish my gratitude, I'm kind of just halfway in between sleep and awakeness. I'll set an intention of tomorrow I would really love to feel happy, or tomorrow I'd really love to experience ease, or tomorrow I would really love for the meeting to go well with whatever, whoever it is, whatever the thing is. I normally set an intention for the day ahead as well. So you could be more thorough and set some intentions like for the next day. I know a lot of people do that, but I'm more somebody who does that in the morning. So I'll set my intentions for the day like in the morning, but then I will just kind of like, as I'm going to sleep, set an intention of like an emotion or a feeling of like, tomorrow I want to feel ease, tomorrow I want to feel love, tomorrow I want to feel flow, for example. So again, it's what works for you. If you want to do your intentions the night before, go for it, go crazy, love it. If you're like me and you just want to feel into it a little bit more, and then in the morning set your intentions, that is right to do, whatever works for you. Everybody will be different with what they prefer and what feels good. So find what feels good. But anyway, that's what I do for my evening routine. Those are my top tips and suggestions for your evening routine, but I would love to know what you do currently in your evening routine, and if you find yours helps with your productivity. Does it help you to wake up feeling more positive? Let me know in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'm sure everybody else watching would love to hear your experiences too. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all, and I will see you all in my next video, which will be on Friday. Lots of love.